Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our regular Sunday service. I'm Edna Matsuoka. Please join me as we pray this morning. Mediation prayer, page 3. Let us seek the sacred mediation of the Young Konko Daiji sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our heart and soul on this day, this very moment. Ikigami Konko Daiji-sama, Ikigami Konko Daiji-sama, Ikigami Konko Daiji-sama, Ikigami Konko Daiji-sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parents. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living to reflect your divine will. With a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The brilliance of heaven fills us above. Time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth the life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is the truth that covers all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise Sensei no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live in heaven and earth. To the Kami, the divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many not knowing the way are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortune, greatest Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko Daiji, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. We receive Kami's great blessing, and beyond the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray, the divine parent's great wish will us fulfill. Konko Daiji accepted the call to the mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and heeding not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and heeding not the dawning of day. Though years passed nor changed, he did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the Secretary Kakisuke, the guiding principle for daily life. The divine figure was as senior, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of Konko Daiji. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way, through all the hardships of this world, to gain our body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine figure, we offer our sincere apologies and faith in the way. Let us give our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us, we are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so earnestly pray. Recitation of Tenchi Kakisuke. Ikigami Konko Daiji Tenchi Kami no Kami Shin ni Negai. Okage wa waga kokoro ni ari, kongetsu konnichi de kanome. Pray sincerely in all your heart, relying on Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. Wahiawa Konko Dashi Tenchi Kane no Kami, Shinji ga Okagewa wa Koro ni nari, Tongetsu Konnichi de Kanome. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. Dear Kiami Konko Daijin Samai, Infinite Life Force, Tenshi Kane no Kami. Thank you so much for allowing all of us to be here this morning. You have blessed us in every aspect of our lives. You give us grace more than we realize. We apologize for any thoughts, words, or acts of irreverences we may be committing, knowingly or unknowingly, to ourselves, others, and even to you. Purify our hearts to be in line with yours. Today is a blessed day, and we take this very brief moment of our Sunday morning to say thank you. We would like to say thank you that the Wahiawa Kyokai Gotaisai was conducted smoothly, although there were a few hiccups here and there and a blackout a few hours before the service. All in all, it went well, and the Oahu Spring Gotaisai have all been held through your blessings and grace. Wailuku Kyokai Gotaisai will be held on May 1st, and the Hilo Kyokai Gotaisai will be held on May 8th. We pray for the blessings of their Gotaisai to go smoothly. We give thanks to the current 6th spiritual head, Reverend Hiromichi Konko, who serves at the Konko headquarters daily and prays for the well-being of all people. We give thanks to the Mitama no Kami-sama of the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, who has established the church in 1940. Her determined will and dedication to Kami-sama has created ripples, which extend till this day for 82 years. Her spirit continues to perform goyo for this church. We pray that the current resident ministers and church followers will be able to continue the legacy of the church for generations to come. With the ongoing invasion in Ukraine and various tensions occurring throughout the world, we ask for your divine interventions to ease the situations that are causing so much suffering, anger, and sadness. Bring us all back to a Kami-centered world where we can all live in mutual interdependence. As we begin this brand new day and brand new week, let our hearts be positive. May your good energy flow throughout our veins, heal us from the atomic level of our existence. At this time, let us take a moment to reflect upon the many blessings we receive and extend a deep prayer for the people in our lives who may be experiencing hardship and the various parts of the world that are experiencing suffering. We pray that the Kami-sama within all of us can shine through. Silent prayer. Thank you. Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward our rich and deep. Living amid such gifts of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. The mediation of Yami Konko Daishin does not stop for us simply. The protection of the divine current reaches all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit to all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous, beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and fervently, we praise the virtues of Kami and honor the power of Kami. Shintoku Sanji, page 29. Shintoku Sanji, Aoge matsureba ten takaku. Aoge matsureba ten takaku. Orogami matsureba 神の御通り過ぎ人ひも隠る時のなく天地の神の御守りとき近きの隔てなし神に尽くしみはよろずやにあまねく道で果てしなく感からいわくすしくて人の思いぞ及ばざる我ら今月今日やび祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえまつらん神のひれいを仰ぎまつらん。井戸入りMitama prayer, page 12. Spirits of those who have gone before us. You are given the gift of life in this house and energy universe. You decided to use faithfully, each according to your spiritual years. You will be remembered eternally. Your life will go from generation to generation, on us as the foundation of our society and roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you enter the Konko faith. You walk the way of Konko Daijin, respecting the will of the divine parent. You amass great merits through your faith, to take into the world beyond and lead to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our holy divine spirits. We beseech you to stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami and help us fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, and enrich us, that we may never be away of faith, that we may hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, and enrich us. Dear Mitama spirits of the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, deceased family, friends, spirits of the native Hawaiians, and beloved house pets that have passed. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here this morning. We have gathered here today at this regular Sunday service in acknowledgement of Kami-sama's blessings and in remembrance of you. Although your spiritual form is no longer here with us, we know that your energy still surrounds us. You watch over us, protecting, guiding, and supporting us. We will always remember the way you made us feel, whether it was your kindness, generosity, and warm smile. The feelings you left us with is the greatest gift. In both big ways and small, you have touched our hearts, and so we would like to honor your divine spirit and pray for your eternal happiness and peace. As we begin a brand new week, please continue to guide us. You are in our hearts always, and we want to thank you again so much for all that you do. Let us take a moment of silence to think about the people in our life who have passed and extend a deep prayer of gratitude. Silent prayer. So sensanji. Yo-yo no 336. So sensanji. Yo-yo no oya wa
我家の神我が神と心尽くしていつき祭らな心尽くしていつき祭らなこと君親の神たちよ海の子のために家の柱を沈め立てたまい初子のために世のなりわいを守り助けたまい隠り世の見えぬ境にましませども見え尽くしみのみ心は映しよに変わらせたまわずさきみたまのまさきくさきわえたまいくしみたまのくしびにめぐみたまいで志は薪の柱の動きなくなりわいは結ぶすなめのゆるびなく真心清らに励み努めしめたまいうからやからやわらぎあいて日にけにうらやすく楽しましめたまいついにうつしよのことを得て神の御門に参らんときには必ずしも迎え取りたまいに尽くしみをこむらしめたまわんものと神の実りの絶えなるよかしこみかたじけなみみよやのめぐみのおぼろげならぬうれしみよろこびもすことをみ心もつづやかにきこしめしたまえと申すあなくしびのみおやのみたまあなくしびのみおやのみたまあなととのみおやの神あなととのみおやの神
色入り page 73, the Konko faith, our creed. We believe in Tenshi Kani no Kami, the divine parent of the universe. Our founder Konko Daiji embraced Kami's revelations, and as divine mediator answered the call to eternal mediation. Our continuing goal from moment to moment is to realize Kami within each of us. We are fulfilled through Kami. Kami is fulfilled through us. The happiness of everyone is Kami's greatest wish. We give thanks for Kami's blessings, mysterious, wondrous, and mundane. Blessings begin with our own hearts filled with harmony and joy. We pray wholeheartedly to Kami today and every day, trusting Kami as our loving parent, finding peace of mind. We live our faith in service to Kami, each other, and our world, nurturing and nurtured, mutually fulfilled. We revere those who have gone before us, spirits one with Kami, caring for us eternally. We respect and appreciate other paths taken by humanity toward spiritual fulfillment. Good morning again. Thank you for being here today for our regular Sunday service. We thankfully held our spring grand ceremony this past Wednesday, April 13th. I was talking about it during, before Akino's sermon, but we did have a blackout on our street only like a few hours before the Gotaisai started. And we were still cooking the Onorai food. And so I was panicking, and actually I was cooking a lot in the morning. So I was taking a quick, not a nap, but I was laying down on the bed because I was just so pooped. So I just needed a little breather. And then all of a sudden, I heard some kind of weird electric noise, like that kind of noise. And then I heard I saw the lights flicker, and then it turned off. And my computer turned off too. And I was like, no! I was just uploading something on YouTube, one of the sermons. And then, I was like, when your computer stops abruptly like that, it's gonna damage it. So I was like, no! And then further, we were still cooking food, and my mom was cooking her sekihan for the Gotaisai, so we're like, no! And I thought it was only our church, because our church is very, very old, as you know. We still have Edison wiring for the electric, so I knew that, oh man, I thought the time has come. That our electric dies. But on this Gotaisai, I thought, why on this Gotaisai? Because I thought it was only our church, because, the neighbors, I heard the radio blasting, so I thought, no, it just can't be them. I mean, it's gotta be just us. But then I stepped outside, and I was like, excuse me, neighbor. And then they said, you guys get one blackout too? And they said, yeah, ours is blackout too. And I asked them, and everybody was coming out of their houses. I was like, okay, it wasn't just our church. So our church still has, I don't know how many more years of electricity, but eventually it's gonna break, I know it. New things will get old, and we'll have to rewire the church, and residents, or do a full-on whole reconstruction of the Hirmai. But we still have electric, so I'm really thankful today. So the electric went out, and about 3:45, it turned back on again. And I was like, yay! And even I heard a neighbor shouting too. I heard some screaming going on. I was like, ah! And it really made me appreciate electricity even more. We flip on the light switches and the TV, charge our phones, and cook on the stove, and turn on the AC, turn on the fans without thinking anything of it. We just switch it on. Oh, it's hot, you switch on the AC. Oh, it's dark, you switch on the lights, and we don't think anything of it. But when it's blackout, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot, it doesn't turn on. You're like, oh man, how important this utility is, And although we do pay the electric bills, yeah, if the whole neighborhood is blacked out, there's really nothing you can do. So it's useless if the electricity didn't work. Anyways, Arago Taisai, Reverend Akinobu Yasaki, he talked about toku, or divine virtue, right? And
this is a really important thing to be mindful to gain while we are still alive. People are so caught up trying to gain material wealth or financial wealth, and all about making money, obtaining the American dream, gaining wealth, get a nice car, get married, having kids, owning a big house with a picket fence. That's the American dream. But that may not be Kami-sama's dream for us. Kami-sama dreams of something even bigger than that, something that money can't buy, and that's for each individual. It's the happiness of everyone. Just because you own a big house, lots of property, a beautiful car, expensive car, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're happy. Attaining the American dream may feel like it's the ultimate happiness, but material or financial wealth doesn't automatically equal happiness. There is no limit to human greed. The more you gain, the more you want, the more money you save, the more money you make, you want more and more and more. And we tend to get more stingier and stingier and stingier. When we were poor, we had more of the compassion to donate, or to offer to charity or to help others through money, financially. But as we gain more and more money, we want to hold on to it. We don't want to give it to anybody. And it would be great if people can continue to be appreciative of what they did gain. It's awesome if you could obtain the American dream. That's awesome. And if you can attribute it to Kami-sama's blessings, then you are on the right track. Most of the material things people do obtain do not make people happy at all. You may be happy in the moment you get it, like, oh, a new Gundam kit, woohoo, it came out in the mail today. But that same level of happiness doesn't, continue on the next day. You're already thinking of something else. Or you're thinking about the next big purchase. And so there will be no end. And this is called the treadmill effect, apparently. And according to several studies, it is the experiences that make people happy. The experiences that people have. Like spending quality time with family and friends, helping others, giving thanks, volunteering, and having a grateful heart. I'd like to talk about Miss Alyce Yamamoto, who passed away at the age of 99, just the day before our church Godaisai. Just the day before, April 12th. So we'll never forget, the day before Godaisai. She was so healthy. She was the most healthiest 98-year-old lady I've ever seen. And she turned 99 just 2 days after, before she passed away. Oh, so I was praying. I said, oh, please let her turn 99. Please let her turn 99. And then she was able to. But she was driving the car up to a few weeks before she passed away. That's incredible. And she's like the only 90-something-year-old lady that can manipulate a smartphone. I've never seen anybody in their 90s use a smartphone, text, take pictures, send photos, and chat, and she was amazing. I see Alyce as a truly self-fulfilled individual. She was so self-fulfilled. She was happy from the inside and out, and she made others around her feel happy as well. And that was her gift to all of us. She was always helping others and the church. Whenever we had our gotaisai, she'd come early and help make the sunomono, the potato mac salad, the deviled eggs, and the inari zushi. Whenever it was our mochitsuki, she would be the first to ask for the order form so she can distribute it to her large network of friends. She'd help out with the anko ball rolling a day before and also help on a mochitsuki day. She'd help make crafts for the bazaars in the past and many other things. She was like the first to, tell us about a new craft item that is becoming popular. Yeah. As if she didn't do enough already for the church, she was always running around helping her friends and family as well. Her slogan was, oh, sensei, I'm so busy. Oh, isogashi no yo, isogashi no. I'm so busy. Because she was. It wasn't just mouth. She was really busy with her life. She also prayed for her family and friends. And she came to Omairi, to the church, every Tuesday after taking a stroll at the Wahiawa District Park Farmers Market. Every time she'd come, I would know because her perfume that she wore would permeate the hiromai softly. She would also take her goshinmai when she wasn't feeling well, and even offered it to her friends who weren't feeling well sometimes. She wasn't afraid to reveal her beliefs in Kami-sama. Whenever she received a special blessing, she talked to us about it and was so grateful for her okage. So she talked about her okage stories. The food she cooked was so ono. I know we all know that. We all know. Her somen salad, her azuki and coffee jello, her amazing tofu burgers, and delicious eggplant and mustard tsukemono, and many other amazing dishes. I want to talk about one childhood memory I remember with Alyce Yamamoto. I was like in the first or second grade, I remember really clearly. It was a garage sale or a bazaar, and she brought spam musubi. None of us heard of spam musubi before. It was something absolutely new. So I remember Rodney, my brother, he had a spam musubi and was chomping away, and I was like, what is that smell? And I said, oh, it's a spam musubi. And I said, where did you get that? And he said, oh my God, this is the most bestest thing I've ever eaten in my whole life. And I was like, oh, I want one. And he said, no, you gotta buy one. I said, I don't have money. We didn't get allowance when we were small, so that's the first time I actually took money from my parents' coin purse. I said, Randy, how much does it cost? And he said, 75 cents. I said, wow, 75 cents, that's expensive. I hope my mom don't catch me. And I remember I slid open the coin purse and I took 3 quarters and I went downstairs in the basement and bought one spam musubi that Alyce Yamamoto made. And when I ate that, I was like, oh my God, what is this? Spam musubi! And I was like, stars all over, and like spark joy moment. And wow, whoever created this was a genius. And Alyce Yamamoto bringing it to our garage sale. I love you, Alyce. So happy. That was a childhood memory. But anyways, Alyce Yamamoto, her tsukemono, eggplant tsukemono is really famous, and she makes the best. And I remember a couple garage sales ago, I videotaped her explaining how to make that tsukemono. And I put it on YouTube as a private link. So if you want it, you ask me for a link and I give it to you. Alyce led such an exemplary example of a Konko faith practitioner. She didn't just believe in Konko, she practiced it. And she radiated Konko in her actions and words. Alyce truly left her physical form, leaving only good memories. And I was so sad when she passed away. I know everyone was going to die eventually, but when they are gone in physical form, it's really sad. But I give thanks for Kami-sama for allowing her to live 99 years. And I really pray that she would make it to her 99th birthday, which was 2 days before she passed away. I will always remember her kindness, of course, and how to make her eggplant pickles. Alyce is a great example of a person who accumulated virtue, or toku, just like how Akinobu Sensei explained during the Gotai site. She gained the trust and respect of so many people. She was always there to extend her help and kindness. One can gain as much virtue as they want to while living, and as Akinobu Sensei said, it cannot be taxed. Your virtues, whatever virtue you gain, how much virtue you gain, it can't be taxed. It can't be traced by the IRS. Like Akinobu Sensei said, that's so true. You can become a quadrillionaire of toku, and you will only benefit from it. Divine virtue is the only thing you can take to the grave with you. And it's also inheritable to your loved ones. Anyone who was touched by your virtue will benefit. Alyce, I know you're listening right now. I know you are here as a Mitama no Kami-sama. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your kindness. Please continue to watch over us. Here at the Wahiawa Kyokai, you will always be in our hearts. Thank you very much.
morning. Thank you for joining today's service. Edna talked about this is Miss Alyce Yamamoto. A few days before grand service, her sister and husband came over here with a car, and we just discussed something, and she handed to me envelopes also night for the grand service, as they usually do. Of the family members may for envelopes. So this could be the last also night Alyce made to Kami-sama. Even though she was at the hospital and we are not being immunized, so we can see her in person. So the hospital prevent us to go there. So the family member came over here and had done the also night. That's the last occasion. The sensei at the Kawanishi, my native church in Ehime, used to say, toku can be accumulated, get piled up, like a saving account. But with money, it can increase it. But at the same time, toku can run out if we spend money. So if we need to continue and try to put in more virtue, toku, then it can increase. But stop coming to church, protecting space, then it can use toku for any occasions. It can be reduced. I'm not sure it can be minus or not. It depends on Kami-sama can see the balance. This is the nature of toku we accumulate through our practice of this. I want to read this one message. And usually I've been serving at the Konko church or Wahiawa, Konko mission Wahiawa. And some sensei said, you can be a minister because we are on topic. My parental virtue who accumulated virtue. We are talking today, I can be all serving to Kami-sama. It can be so true. If I stop serving to Kami-sama, like office and open the office, Otoku can make go downstairs, go down. Anyway, to be human is to save others. When a child has fallen down, someone will promptly help the child out. A child who had fallen into the water, will also be immediately pulled up by someone. This man is the Lord of all living things. He can move at will and save others. Isn't this a real blessing? Oxen, horses, and other animals cannot pull out their offspring that has fallen into the water. But if someone sees this, the offspring will be saved. If an ox, horse, dog, or cat is wounded, any human would help nurse the wound. When people suffer from this sickness or disaster, they are saved by Kami-sama and other people. Practice this, and remember that saving people is healing. Quoted from the Kyoto Gorikai number 1, Yamamoto Sugashio, number 65. Now, crisis has been going on at Ukraine and Russia area. This is a military confrontation. Many people die from the fighting. We witness the ongoing killing operation. We respond in prayer that the crisis will end as soon as possible. Can we save people in the war zone? Probably many people would think of helping those people by donating things and money. This is a natural response. As the founder said, to be human is to save people. There could be unknown elements in those crises we can hardly understand. The media trying to inform us the situations based on their point of views. We could hardly find differences of truth in the news. One politician in Japan responded to this crisis by saying the system to prevent the crisis has failed. The international pressure to stop this action may have failed. It can be true. We extend our prayer for the safe state of peace, not for the sake of crisis. It can be too late. In any situation of human lives, we try to extend our gratitude for the situation we could have enjoyed. As I always say, konnichi made no one, or give thanks for the blessings we have enjoyed till this day. This could be what we can do for any situation. Thank you very much.
We didn't read the little thingy. Okay. 読んでないのそれ。ほう。読んだらいい。Okay. Now 私は読むに小さいから。Okay, page 10, the little words there. People believe that an evil deity such as Konjin, Daishogun, Hyobijin, etc. resided in a particular direction for a designated period of time before moving to another direction. Before starting certain activities, people would consult the days and direction specialists to determine the ominous and unlucky days, direction, and location of that deity so that they could proceed without encountering the evil associated with the deity. It was commonly believed that if somebody built their house facing a particular direction or traveled to a particular place on a day where or when an evil deity was thought to reside, that person and perhaps members of their family would suffer the wrath of that deity and be severely cursed. In addition to providing a system to determine one's happiness and that of their family, it was also a system to maintain public order. By following the days and directions, people were able to make sense of or explain why unhappiness and misfortunes occurred in their lives. For example, people believed that incurring the wrath of or being cursed by the deity Konjin would result in a family having to experience 7 deaths. As a result, one would take extreme measures to ensure that they did not cross the paths with evil deities before beginning a new project or taking a trip.
Page 12. One day,
In February of 1845, a pregnant Jose who had gone to the field we suddenly began to experience labor pains. Bunji, who was working nearby, quickly took her home. There she had a relatively easy time delivering their third son. They named Nobujiro. Note: Nobujiro would receive several names during his lifetime, including Asakichi. Hereafter he will be referred to as Asakichi, as this was the contemporary name used to identify him.
The following year, Bunji would enter his 33rd year. In general, the 33rd year of a woman's life was considered unlucky, but in the area where Bunji lived, this ominous age also applied to men. Traditionally, in an effort to avoid any misfortunes associated with this ominous age, a person would hold a party and invite their relatives, thinking all would share in any forthcoming hardship. However, Bunji had a different view of how to observe his 33rd year. He said, "It would be of no value to throw a party to eat and drink just because I became an unlucky age. Those invited to the party will feel obligated to spend money, and we too will have to spend money. Therefore, I will go on a pilgrimage to the 88 temples of Shikoku Island rather than hold a party."
Making a pilgrimage in lieu of holding a party was not a unique concept excuse me, and was actually a very popular option for many in this area. The pilgrimage involved visiting the 88 temples of Hodoyoshi, located along the roads of Shikoku Island. It was quite a strenuous trip that involved traversing steep mountain paths and deep valleys. A dedicated pilgrim traveling by foot would leave a card inscribed with their name and age at each temple they visited as a reminder of their passage. During his pilgrimage, he visited the legendary house described as the house of the living without leftovers, mentioned in the stories of Konko. According to folklore, for a long period of time, the villagers had agreed neither to offer board or travelers nor allow beggars in their home. These policies have been put in place because due to the existence of robberies and other crimes in the past. Nevertheless, one night the villagers Edna provided lodging to a priest. It was said that by virtue of this act and kindness to the priest, the villagers over their back and robbed. It was also said that those who saw the good fortune of the villagers' house shaved off a portion of the doorway, stopped as a keepsake. Bunji likewise made a portion on his doorway to bring back home. More importantly, the gradual shaving of the doorway stopped left this house open at all times. The top of a house that could never be locked made a big impression on Bunji and will resurface later in his work.
Can you
During the course of his pilgrimage, there were some in his group who did not stand before each temple to worship or to leave a card recording their visit. Instead, they worshipped from a distance. There were others who only visited temples that were easy to get to, avoiding those that required walking up or down steep mountain roads or winding paths. In contrast, Bunji visited each of the 88 temples, stopping to worship at each temple. Bunji had set out on this pilgrimage in February of 1846 and returned home after 34 days.
smaller. Kobo Daishi 74 to 835, also known as Kukai, was a highly respected Buddhist priest, one of the two who introduced Buddhism to Japan. He is attributed with founding of restoring the 88 temples the round trip to all of 88 temples was about 800 miles. It typically took 30 to 60 days by foot. People took this journey in order to receive religious benefits.
すごい、800 miles.
すごいね。
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. ページ57。
ありがとうございます。今から歌を歌わせていただきます。フォアさん。
はいはいはい。
ページ57、新人の映像からです。
はい。
します。
迷わ
know even one as small as I can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light glowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. When I'm down and ready to surrender, when times are hard and it seems so dark, just knowing each day that I'm never on my own gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side, swinging arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light glowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. Yeah. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Yami Konko
ご来心天金の神真に願い、かようが心にあり、特別に一礼頼み。ご来心天金の神真に願い、かようが心にあり、特別に一礼頼み。はい、ありがとうございました。Thank you very much for attending our Sunday service. We hope you have a great new week. Thank you.